Everyone, welcome to day 16 of Vlogmas. I tried a number of different ways to do this video today, and there's just too many things to get in the way of making a nice video. And we're gonna have to deal with that sound. It's a windy day, so I tried filming out there, but of course there's more wind than my voice. And I'm trying to do it in a place where you can see the animals too, but it's super sunny. So when I go out there, everything is so overexposed. It's so bright, I can't see unless I'm wearing my sunglasses. And I really don't like making videos with sunglasses on because I don't think it's very nice to you. Like, it's better to see people, like actually see them and see their eyes. And so the times when I have worn sunglasses, it's like seriously necessary because it's so bright, the sun's hurting my eyes. So hopefully this won't rattle too much, and this is pretty much the best I could do. So hopefully you can see them. They're overexposed out there, but you can see them. Well, today I kind of want to do a follow-up to yesterday's alfalfa video, because that was pretty much, you know, feeding them alfalfa and then you watching them eat. And I didn't do any explanation in that video because I wasn't alone. Fun fact, or just a fact, I don't like making these videos with other people here with me, like in person. I think it's really strange. I feel really weird just talking to a camera with other people around. So that's something I want to work on, but right now I just feel awkward about that. So, you know, with my great uncle here helping me, I just didn't do that. I did do the close to that video in the girls' barn when he was outside. But I know, I feel like it's strange if someone's standing like right there watching me film. I'm not at the point where I'm comfortable with that yet. So yeah, today I'm going to talk to you about why I do what I do. And there were some comments, some questions on yesterday's video, so I want to address some of that. Sorry about that noise, but yes, alfalfa I only feed in the winter. And if you're an alpaca owner, if you choose to feed alfalfa and when you do and how much you do is really up to your circumstance and the condition of your herd. So I feed mine alfalfa every winter. And what alfalfa does for them, it provides extra protein, and their body's processing that protein creates warmth inside their gut, which helps keeps their whole body warmer. So when I feed it and how much I feed it, I factor in the weather. So if it's going to be really cold, then I give them more. And it's most effective when fed the day before, or like 24-ish hours before. So if you know that the next day is going to be cold or the night's going to be cold, then you want to feed more. So it's really, when they very first got fed, it was a cold day. And I wasn't there that day, so they probably got more than they should have, being the first feeding of the year. With alpacas, when you change their diet, you do want to do it gradually, or else it's too much of a shock to their system and they will have upset stomach and that kind of thing. So even when you're changing their pellet feed from one brand to another, you want to do it gradually, giving their body a chance to adjust. So any change in their diet, you want to do that. So with this alfalfa feeding, yeah, it was not done correctly, okay, or the best way. I think they did get too much right up front, and that was because I wasn't here to say, no, that's not the right thing to do. You know, the people who help me are very well-intentioned, but they don't always do the best thing. Well, hello, Roman. Someone asked if I was going to breed Roman. I do plan on it. I gelded Gus when he was young because he kept jumping the fence trying to get back to his mom. And like I tried to put him in this group here versus the girls group on the other side of that pasture. I think you heard me talk in another video how I use this group over here, this pasture, how I separate them out. what that's intended for. So I tried to separate him out uh, after his mom had weaned him, but he kept jumping the fence. He kept getting over. And I was like, well, it happened like 3 times. And I'm like, okay, then you're going to get gelded because you can't stay with the girls and be intact. He was getting to the age where he could have bred the girls, and no. So he got gelded young. Disadvantage of that is he's an excellent guard. Oh my gosh, such an excellent guard. Roman is his brother, I believe his full brother. One thing about Bridget, oh my gosh, she was a great guard, and all of her crias. I have 3 of her boys, and they have those same tremendous qualities. So I think it definitely is something inherited and learned. Roman and Gus got to see and learn from her behavior, as well as, the genetics that they carry from her. Oliver lost his mom when he was 5 weeks old, and so he got some, but not much. But Gus is the one that really raised him. Gus became his surrogate parent. So Gus was able to provide for him that behavioral example. So I do see in Oliver really great guard instincts as well. So because of that logic of it being a good genetic trait that Bridget passed on, Roman has it. He's intact. I will use him with the hope that that guard instinct gets carried down to his crias as well. Hi, little one. Of course, he's not so little. I'm actually standing uphill from him. He's taller than me, just not right now. I'm stroking his neck over here. He loves being petted. Loves being petted. He is unique because he wants attention. He will let you touch his head, his face, and this is very unusual for llamas and alpacas, but he just, look, you saw, he'll come right up to you and say, pay attention to me. If you come and visit, once he gets over the introduction, then he'll be in your face and invade your personal space and be like, pay attention to me. Right, Mr. Gus? You're not Gus, Roman. All right. Back to Alfalfa. He has bad breath. I think you need a peppermint treat. I don't have any though, that might help. Okay, Alfalfa. So, yes, today is a much nicer day. I'm even dressed a little too warm. This puffy vest I don't even need. And there's enough little stuff around here still in the trough, in the buckets, that I'm not even going to feed it to them. Because in the next 3 days, the temps are going to be in the 50s. I might give them some tomorrow, a little treat, but they're not going to need it to keep warm. Next week it gets cooler again. So it's like, I will give them some, but how much I give, how frequently I give is dependent on the weather. And I also have to keep track of how much I have in my supply. I got 10 of those big bales to get me through the next few months, and I'm going to hold 1 back. I always like to keep some back from the winter season for the rest of the year, to feed to those who are sick or who are skinny, to moms who are nursing, or that kind of thing, to give them the extra nutrition that the alfalfa can provide in different circumstances. So I do like to keep some of that back. Last year I think I kept like half a bale back, and I did go through that. I think it lasted until September or something like that. So I did run out, but I like to have it on hand just in case. I always need a supply of alfalfa and hay to give to those that I have to take care of for whatever reason. So I don't know what the future holds. I don't know what I will need, but I do want to keep some of that back, which means I have 9 bales to feed them. And the fact that they came so late in the year, December, like mid-December, that bought me some more time too to help that supply last. So I just kind of factor all that in. January and February are our worst months. We can get very cold. We have these Arctic blasts that come down, and we could get sub-zero temps for days, even 2-3 weeks at a time. I think 2 weeks last year was the longest that super cold stretch went. Those are really tough, of course, on us who take care of them and the animals. So circumstances like that, I try to be mindful about how I use the alfalfa. If you're looking to purchase alfalfa, you want to get the second cutting. Alpacas, they like the leaves. Anything that's very tender is what they prefer. So they like the leaves versus the stems. In the second cuttings, the stems are more soft, and they're more likely to eat on it, or at least nibble on it. If you get first cuttings or cuttings later in the season, then the stems are more straw-like, and they won't eat that. That's just going to be waste. And when you buy these bales, you pay based on the weight. So you want what the bale contains to be stuff that they're actually going to eat and not end up as bedding if you don't really need it as bedding. You know, like it's not the best bedding. But the leftover stuff would be dumped out on the ground and would be used as bedding ultimately. But you want it to be mostly really nice leafy stuff. You can get alfalfa pellets, which I've used in the past. There was one winter that I tried using the pellets, but I did not find them to be as effective as actual alfalfa. And whatever form you can get it in, based on your region and your budget, just do the best you can. Sometimes alfalfa pellets is all that's available to you, and I mean, if nothing else, that's acceptable. And in my area, the best price for anything, hay, like whatever, is the big bales. Like in my areas, everyone just uses the big bales. There was one year where I bought small square bales, and I would feed, my herd was about half at that time. I would feed 2 or 3 bales a day to each group. It comes in the leaves that you can disperse, if you know how that works. Anyway, but of course that's a lot more costly. There's more labor that goes into harvesting small alfalfa bales, and then there's more labor into transporting it and storing it. So, right now I am using the large bales. So that's kind of my circumstance, and trying to think if there's anything else. Any other questions about alfalfa? I don't know. I can't think of anything else. So let's close with some more shots of the packets.